Okay, we're on our way to Tuang Dim Sum. Tuang Dim Sum is one of the best dim sum restaurants in Bangkok. Okay, today we're on our way to Tuang Dim Sum, and once again, it's one of the best dim sum places in Bangkok because the chef is from Hong Kong. Now, we're headed towards the Asiatique shopping area, which is where Tuang Dim Sum is located, and I'm on a tuk-tuk in Bangkok, and it's quite the ride. It's very bumpy. There's traffic everywhere. It's really crazy Bangkok traffic, as you can see.
After a BTS ride, coupled with a 100 baht tuk-tuk ride, we arrived at the restaurant. The restaurant is an open-air restaurant with the roof covering, protecting us from the hot Bangkok sun. There were plenty of tables, and not long after, we were seated. We arrived at around 10 a.m. in the morning, so there weren't as many customers, but I hear this place gets really crowded for lunch.
Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show, and today we're in Bangkok. We're finally in Bangkok, and we're gonna try possibly the best dim sum in Bangkok. This is an enclosed area. It's kind of outdoors. It just has a metal roof on top, and it's not air conditioned, but I came here because this place has some of the best dim sum in Bangkok. The reason why is because the chef is from Hong Kong. Now he lives in Bangkok, and he brought his skills over to Bangkok. If you look at the menu that they have, these are the basics in Hong Kong style dim sum. The reason why I am so excited is because normally when you come to Bangkok, the dim sum is usually a localized version. I'm not saying that it's bad, but for someone who is used to eating dim sum from New York, I kind of want something similar to what I get at home. So this seems to be the place to go. The Tuang Dim Sum menu by Chef Yip. Okay, so in the front of the menu, we have a bunch of buns. And you have a red bean lava bun. These all appear to be sweet types of buns. However, we have a tasio bao here, a BBQ pork bun, minced pork bun, and then we have some more sweet stuff. Here's a malai go, which is a Chinese cake. Here's a plain steamed bun. So there's a whole bunch of things here. We also have a assortment of drinks. But let's look at the heart of the menu. In the heart of the menu, we have Shanghai Xiaolong Bao. Not traditionally Cantonese, but they have it here in dim sum form. And then we have the steamed shrimp dumpling, the hagao. We have two types of siomai, one with shrimp and one with the pork. Teochew dumpling. We have the lobako right here, which is the turnip cake. And deep fried wontons. We have the chicken feet here, and then we have some pork spare ribs, and finally on the bottom we have three types of chongfan, three types of rice rolls. I see that they don't have a beef version, only the barbecue pork and the shrimp. So yeah, this menu is definitely very promising. And once again, this is all authentic Hong Kong style dim sum. You order from Tuang Dim Sum, you're going to be given a tick-off sheet. Now this will indicate the numbers and the amounts of dim sum that you want. It's both in Thai and in English. So if you take a close look, they'll give you the price, and they'll also give you a space to write the amount of each dish that you want. It's very useful because it's in English. But I find that the English print is awfully small, so if you have good eyesight, this menu will be good for you. Take a look at the dining room. We see that this is pretty much an outdoor space. It just has a metal roof on top, but there's plenty of seating. I can easily say that this seating is probably for over 100 people. There's nice sturdy chairs. You have some utensils over there, spoons and forks, and then you have some sugar and some what appears to be hot sauce and some Maggi, and you have some tissue. Two dishes that came is the chongfan, the rice roll. This is the shrimp rice roll, and wow, This comes with a giant portion of sweet soy sauce. Okay, this is different because in New York, back in the US, you're not going to get a giant pool of soy sauce like this. Next, you have what appears to be the roast pork rice roll. So we're going to give this a try. Yeah, it comes with the same soy sauce. Okay, the first dish I'm going to have is the shrimp rice roll. Now this is what it looks like. Looks like your standard rice roll. Let's give this a try. Okay. Not a thick skin, which is good. Nice and delicate. And the soy sauce is actually pretty sweet. Yeah, it's a very sweet soy sauce. More sweet than on the salty side. There's about 3 shrimps inside that rice roll, but the shrimps are small. In total, there's 3 rolls. The next item I'm going to try, I'm going to correct myself. This is a vegetarian rice roll. So I see a lot of wood air mushrooms in here. That's a dead giveaway. So yeah, this isn't the roast pork. This is the vegetarian rice roll. Let's try this. It's a mushroom and a wood air fungus filling. Okay. It's very slippery, nice and tasty. And it has the same sweet soy sauce. The soy sauce is not very concentrated, so it's a light flavor. Very good. The next round of food has come, and we have over here a shrimp siomai, looking pretty good. This is a hagao. This is a congee guy. There's probably lotus leaf and sticky rice. This one is the chicken feet. Wow, they look pretty skinny. Pretty interesting. Next we have a triple type of fried item thing. We have a lava ball. We have a ham soi gok, and then we have a taro filled item that's deep fried. Then we have a siu long bao, and these look pretty small, but it'll be interesting to see how they are. Next we have a chu chow dumpling, chu dao fan go, and generally I see that everything is pretty small here, but so far we're going to give everything a try, see how things are, how things stack up. The next item that I'm going to have is the siu long bao. Now this is what it looks like. It's kind of small, it's about 1.5 inches, but there appears to be some juice in here. Let's try this. Totally surprised. It's very good. The note in the broth is that there's ginger, is a little gingery. Not a lot of meat in there. Maybe a thumbnail size of pork in there. But the soup is really good. It has that gingery taste and the pork flavor. Not bad. I'm surprised that they're able to make good soup dumplings here, even though it's not a Cantonese staple. Next item I'm trying is the hagao. Now the hagao is the shrimp dumpling. Now this is how you judge a Cantonese restaurant, by their hagao. That's the #1 item. That hits the spot. I taste some white pepper, and the shrimp. There's about 1.5 pieces of shrimp inside the hagao. Very nice. The next item I'm having is the shrimp siomai. I kind of know that it's shrimp because on top it's kind of light. It looks standard. Once again, it's small. It's about 1 inch tall, 3/4 of an inch wide. Let's try this. Wow. That combination of pork and shrimp adds so much bounce to the siomai. It's just a pleasure eating it. The seasoning is amazing. It's better than what I've had in New York. The next item I'm having is the chu dao fan go, or the chu chow dumpling, and this one is about 1 to 1.5 inches long. Once again, small, and the skin is very supple, unlike the ones in New York. So let's try this. Interesting. The first thing that comes out to me is that there's no peanuts in that two-shell dumpling. It's just a mash of pork and some vegetables. And it has the distinct flavor of two-shell dumpling. But the interesting thing of this two-shell dumpling is that it's saucy. It's kind of wet, the filling, which is different from what I'm used to. And the skin is more supple, more pliable. I think that they use more glutinous rice flour for the skin. So this is good. It's very tasty. Okay, I must update what I said about the two-shell dumpling. There's actually peanuts in here. I just happened to pick a dumpling that didn't have peanuts, but this second piece that I'm eating actually has peanuts. The next item we're going to have is the chicken feet. The chicken feet, from its appearance, it's actually kind of thin. The feet are very small, not as big as the ones back home. Let's try this. The first thing that hits me is that the chicken feet has a lot of black pepper flavor. The sauce is not sweet. Thankfully, the skin comes off the bone pretty well, just like the ones in New York. But for some reason, the ones in New York are all puffy. The skin is all puffy. This is not puffy. From appearances, it looks really thin. But despite that fact, you can still eat it, pull off the skin with your mouth, and still have a good bite of that flesh on the chicken feet. And the flavor is spot on. Only note that's different is that the black pepper is dominant in this flavor. The next dish I'm going to have is the lotus leaf with sticky rice. This is what it looks like. I took a chunk of it off with the sauce, and let's try this. This is interesting. The sauce, there's a sauce in there. Back in New York, usually you don't get a sauce in this type of dish. And the sauce is thick and gummy. There's a lot of cornstarch in there, so it's like thickened. So it's kind of weird to taste that with the sticky rice. But that's weird for me, because I'm used to it the other way. But the sauce is very neutral. It almost tastes like a char siu bao, a roast pork bun sauce. Let's try this with the char siu. Okay. Sticky rice is fine. There's a nice chewiness to it. It's well cooked. I think everything is fine. Tastes like a standard lotus leaf with sticky rice. But the only difference is that the meat is covered in a thick sauce. The next item I'm going to try is the ham soi gao. Now this is about 2.5 inches long, so this almost looks like a standard size ham soi gao. And let's break this open. Okay, this is interesting. This one also looks saucy. Okay. The mochi in here, the ham soi gao skin is actually very thin. The ones back home in New York are very thick and very chewy. But there's a very thin skin. I find that the filling in the ham soi gao is a bit liquidy, but that's not bad, it's different. But it's a little sweet. The ham soi gao back in New York, back at home, is saltier. And the bits and pieces of meat and vegetables in the ham soi gao are bigger back home. So this is interesting. That came is the chok. We got it with the duck egg. Okay, the next item I'm going to try is the peidan jok, or congee with the preserved duck egg, 100,000-year-old duck egg. We're going to do this. We're going to add the condiments that they gave us. They gave us a condiment of looks like fried onions, scallions, and some sprouts. So I'm gonna put that in here. I'm gonna put some of the scallions in here, and We're gonna mix it in, and let's see what it's like. Let's try this. Wow, it's a nice and thick joke. There's also a little pork. This joke is exactly what you would get in New York. Is the right thickness, is the Cantonese style thickness. When I pour it down, see, that's the Cantonese style joke. Very good. And the flavoring of the pork is spot on. Exactly what I'm used to. Now, let's try the peidan. The peidan has a little bit of a different color, the 1,000-year-old egg. Let's see if it affects the taste. Okay. Peidan tastes like a standard peidan. It's just the looks that look different, but it's fine. But this joke is 100% of what we would get in a Cantonese restaurant in New York. Excellent. I'm at the midway point of this meal, and I have to say, the hype that this place has is definitely worth it. Yes, this is definitely Hong Kong style dim sum. How did I find out about this place? As anyone who's watching YouTube, for YouTubers who cover Bangkok, many have come to this place. Some have commented that this place, their food tastes like real Cantonese food. So I've come today, and what they said is absolutely correct. It is definitely Hong Kong style dim sum. Now, in the second half of the meal, I'm going to try some of the sweeter items, maybe a dessert bun. So we'll see what they have shortly. Okay, now I ordered 2 buns. One is a char siu bao, a roast pork bun, and the other is a custard bun. So I believe this is a char siu bao because it has the little red dot on top. So let's break this open. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Nice and red. Now, let's give this a try. There seems to be a good balance between the bun and the meat. Very good. I have to make a comment about buns in Bangkok, in Thailand in general. The buns itself is very fluffy. It's not dense. They all have this fluffiness to it, which is not very common. It makes it very light feeling. Even though you're eating a lot, it just feels lighter. The roast pork bun sauce is nice and sweet, not super sweet, and the taste is exactly what you would get in New York, and it's saucy, which is a good thing. Nice and juicy. Okay, the next bun that I'm going to try is the custard bun. I believe this might be called Nai Wong Bao, not mistaken. So here's the bun, and I'm going to crack it open right here. Yes, not the lava, but the custard bun. So it has that nice egg yolk. For some reason, it's not super yellow. I wonder why. Once again, the fluffy bun, like I told you about before. So let's try this. Wonderful. The custard has that nice eggy sweetness, not overly sweet. For some reason, it also tastes a little coconutty. They may have put in a little coconut milk in here, maybe. This is nice. It's a whiter custard, a lighter yellow custard than what I'm normally seeing back home. They're delicious. I love that nice texture on the bun. Okay, I also ordered a chrysanthemum tea. This is sweet. It's very good, very light and refreshing. Let's talk a little bit about the service. It's very interesting. When we walked in here, we actually escorted ourselves to any open table. So basically we could sit wherever we wanted to. The waiter didn't say we must sit in a certain area. Furthermore, when we ticked off our sheets, there were no waiters coming around to pick up the sheet we actually had to physically pick up the sheet and hand it to one of the waiters who were walking around. I would say that the service here is a bit light touch. They're not super attentive, but basically you have to approach the waiters to get anything done. Finally, the waiters who came to clear the table, they cleared the table of the empty dishes in a piecemeal way. They would come here, take a few dishes away, and then come back and take a few dishes away. So, it's kind of haphazard. But then again, when you're getting food this good, there are certain things I can overlook, and that may be one of them. Okay, the meal is over. What can I say that I haven't said already? The dim sum is very authentic. I would say that even though it's authentic, there's still a 5% to 10% bit of the dim sum that is kind of Thai. Like, for example, the chicken feet had black pepper in it, a lot of black pepper, and then the other dishes tend to have like saucy fillings, which is not what I'm used to, but it's still good. I think once again there's a bit of the localized flavor, but for the most part it is definitely Hong Kong dim sum. I'm really glad I found this restaurant on YouTube. Once again, it's called Tuang Dim Sum. If you want to know how to get here, obviously you can take cabs, you can take tuk-tuk. We're near the Asiatique Mall. It's a big tourist mall. The closest BTS stop is Sapan Taksin, which is where I got off at. And then from there, you can take a cab or a tuk-tuk over. And if you're adventurous, you can also take a bus down here. All you have to do is ask for the driver to stop at the Asiatique stop. The area over here seems a little quieter than central Bangkok, the Sukhumvit area. You're still in the city, but it seems just a little bit quieter, but it's still busy. So I hope you like this review. We got to take a look at a lot of dishes here. I've learned that sometimes you can really trust what you see on YouTube. All the reviewers that came before me said it was good, and luckily it was good. I want to thank everyone for watching the video, and if you like this video, please like and also subscribe to my channel. My channel is mainly based in New York City, where I review a lot of restaurants, and just subscribe if you're from New York City or from wherever you are, if you're visiting New York City. Thank you very much.